Why are you comparing yourself with someone that's not you? Can I have a reason? Is there a reason? Hi guys. Happy New Year and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're back here. And to my new arrivals, as in my new people, I'm so glad you found me. This channel is about a lot of interesting things, and today's topic is definitely one of them because we're going to be talking about 10 things we need to take seriously in 2024. So the first point on my list is spirituality, and that's in reference to growth and relationship with God.
I made these points to make ourselves better, to self-reflect on the things we've done in the past and see how we can make this year good for us in a positive way. And one of the things that's going to help, that's why I made this the first point. This is like the head of every single thing I'm going to say. You need to take God seriously.
God is your best friend. He is not going to lie to you. He's very kind. He's very loving. He is going to always be there for you. Always put him above everybody else. Don't seek validation from anything else. Let your mind be solely focused on Jesus, because this life is very hard. I guarantee you it's not always going to be easy to put God first, but even the times you do not choose God, always make sure that you still go back and choose him, because it's not about how far but how well. You have to always realize that, even if you stumble, if you go back to old ways, if you sin, don't run away from God. Go back to him, because we are all works in progress. Nobody is perfect. We are all trying to be better people for God. So in order for that to happen, we always need to keep building ourselves in our most holy faith. We need to always realize and remember that we are God's children, so that the tactics of the enemy don't work with us. The beautiful thing about God is, the more you spend time with him, the more he transforms you and makes you discover yourself positively. He lets you see what he has bestowed in you. He lets you see the fire and the star that he has put inside his child, so that when it's time for you to put yourself out there in any area of your life, you would shine ever so brightly. Just like how Matthew 5:16 says, let your light so shine before men that they may see the glory of the Lord in you, and the rest. You can check it up and read it if you want more information. So yes, you have to take God seriously in 2024. You need to be grounded in your word. You need to be grounded in prayer. You need to fast, listen to gospel music, just spend time in his presence. And I'm not talking about bits and bits of pieces and like, 1 minute prayer, 2 minute prayer. I'm talking about having an intentional time plan for God, putting him in your schedule, letting him see how you're taking him seriously and important, so that he knows that yes, my child loves me, my child is starting to love me. It's not going to be an easy process. I guarantee you, he takes his time. That's something I've realized in my work with God. He's very patient and he takes his time. Things may not always happen as fast as you want it to be, but as long as God is in the picture and in the plan of your life, you are in good hands and you're definitely on the right track. So moving on, the second thing on my list is character development. Now, this has to do with building yourself positively. And in order for that to happen, we have to make a list of the negative things we want to put away in our lives and look for new strategies and have plans in place to counter those bad behaviors. Because in order to stop doing something old, we have to start doing something new. We need to learn how to be better versions of ourselves, and that is not just by mouth. That is by actually doing something that helps us in a good way. And now, character development doesn't just revolve around like building just yourself and like your behavior. It also has to do with putting yourself out there, becoming financially smart, becoming emotionally intelligent, and so much more. The next point on my list is a fun thing, you guys. It's leisure. So leisure refers to doing fun activities that feed your entertainment. So this is just me telling you to explore look for things to do. You can go see a movie, you can go to the restaurant, you can go to the park, you can just have fun, go to the Charlotte apartment with your family, with your friends to relax. Just make sure you are opening up to trying out new experiences, giving yourself this exposure and experience in a fun way. You guys, you can go out to take pictures, you can go to swim. There's just so many things you can do, and I believe that this is something that is very essential to self-growth. And let this year be a year where you say, yes, I'm going to try out new things. Take a step. You can save money for it. Go for places that are within your budget. You can start from somewhere. Just make sure you're having fun and putting yourself out there. Contentment is surely a point to make this list. We need to spend more time appreciating the things we have. We need to be more thankful. We need to be grateful, because trust me, there are so many people out there who would wish to be where you are right now. So instead of always downplaying and talking down on the fact that you have grown and you are getting somewhere where you are, like talking down where you are now, you need to learn how to appreciate yourself and your life and just enjoying what you have for now. Don't always focus on what you've lost or what you could have, but focus on the present and be grateful for it. There's so many people that are always saying, oh, I wish I had this, I wish I had that. Even me, sometimes I can be guilty of like looking into the future and wishing I had something that is not here. But I just think we need to embrace our lives now and be grateful for it. Contentment. We shouldn't be looking at what somebody else has and shouldn't be thinking or wishing we had it, because our lives are different. And then you should hope that with time, what you want will locate you. And you have to be patient, because everything in life is timing. Nothing comes easy. So you can't be wishing for what your neighbor has when you have something else. It just gives room for envy and jealousy. You don't compare yourself. Comparison is a thief of joy. Like I said at the beginning of the video, why are you comparing yourself with somebody that's not you? You shouldn't be doing that at all, because you just keep feeling bad. And when you compare, it doesn't even add up, because you're comparing yourself with someone else. Your lives are different, your experiences are different, everything you guys are doing is not in the same range. So this is your sign to be content and practice it and be happy, because who you are now, where you are now, is not where you were 5 years ago. Be happy about that. So we need to put in effort into making good people our friends, and we need to become good people as well, because your friends are who you are. The more time you spend with a certain caliber of people, the more you guys pick up your traits and become like yourselves. So don't spend time with somebody you don't want to become. You need to be friends with people that are like-minded like yourself. You need to be friends with people that lift you and not bring you down. You need to be friends with confident people, because confident people will never bring you down. Trust me. If you're friends with someone that is insecure, that's when you get feelings like envy, jealousy, secret animosity, and we don't want that in 2024. We need to actually develop ourselves to actually select people that are beneficial to us and our self-growth. And how do we do that? By analyzing people and then choosing who we want to be our friend. No one is perfect. We are all with our flaws, but just make sure you pick somebody that is like-minded like yourself and is going to carry you along. Someone that's going to lift you and not bring you down. Somebody that you can talk about your faith with, like your relationship, because someone that can sharpen your iron so you can sharpen theirs as well. Not someone that's going to blunt it or dull you. Relationships are your network, and the company you build and the circle you keep is going to determine how prosperous you're going to be at some point, because you need people. There are times when you can't just encourage yourself and you need somebody to do it for you. So this is why when you want to pick friends and pick people that you want to have relationships with, you need to pick people, or at least someone that is going to complement you. When you don't have a picture of what you want in your mind, it causes you to make poor choices. So now I have put a picture in your head, and I'm telling you that if you want to get uplifted, if you want to keep moving forward, you need to carry people that are also like-minded in moving forward like yourself. People who are going to carry you along, encourage you, and to help you. And you should also be somebody to encourage people as well. Don't be the only one receiving. You should always be kind and helpful, because you never know when you need someone in the future. Another important thing we should take seriously this year is our finances. Now, I mean, who else is tired of getting broke every single time? We can't keep getting broke. We can't be doing that in 2024. We need to have criteria and steps in place to prevent ourselves from going broke, because times are actually hard right now. Everything is getting expensive as the day goes by, and that makes us spend even more money than we used to. And then if you're someone who you know that, okay, you know you get a certain amount of money like within a time period, and it may not be enough to sustain your lifestyle, then we have to find a way to do better for ourselves. As growing people, teenagers, young adults, mid-adults, we need to be resourceful. We need to find things that we can do as side hustles to give us money. And I know my Gen Zs, we are very skilled in this area. We're very talented in the sense that so many of us can pick up a phone and we're the best editors, we're the best photographers, we're the best knitters. Like so many of I know people that know how to knit. Like my sister knits, and then nobody taught her this thing. She learned it by herself. Even I personally, I take my own pictures from my Instagram, and then I'm a very badass photographer. It's only a few times other people have taken me, and then I got a tripod stand and I started taking my own pictures myself. And if you see my pictures are really nice. Yeah, so that already makes me a photographer. Like, just find a skill that can be earning you some money. And then we need to cultivate the habit of saving as well. We need to narrow down things that we need versus the things we don't really need, that are minor needs on the side. If you don't have a saving habit, I can see there are so many unforeseen circumstances that just pop up, and then if you don't save money, how are you going to use money to solve those problems? Like things I never saw coming, like okay, maybe one of my important shoes spoiled, and that was the only shoe I had. Okay, if I didn't have money saved, how would I have been able to purchase a new one? That's just an example. If you see something you like, you see a very nice earring, you see nice jewelry, and you want to get it, if you don't have savings like for the side for in case you want something, how are you going to get it? I know we're people who want good things for ourselves. We want to live good lives. We want to enjoy, want the soft life. And then there's no way that's going to happen if you don't start being financially smart from now. Everybody should have a skill or something they are good at. If you're good in doing makeup, you're good in getting people's hair done, like hair making, you're good in nails. There's so many things one can do to get money, but this is just me encouraging you to discover yourself more and find a skill that you enjoy putting into practice so that you can make money from it. Another thing to take seriously in 2024 should be your personal healing and your mental health. This is a topic that is neglected often in our society, but then we need to realize that if we're not okay up there in our minds, our output is going to be negative. It's not going to be well at all. And there's so many of us who are working with broken hearts and a lot of trauma and baggage. And if we don't confront these feelings that we are experiencing within ourselves, future relationships are going to be at stake, because those people we're going to meet are going to experience and suffer for things they didn't do to us. So this year we need to focus on ourselves in the sense that our mental health should not be toyed with. We need a good and functioning brain, and in order for that to happen, we need to make sure everything is in place. Healing in all areas of our life. We may have people saying, oh, I've been hurt by people, I've been hurt by friends, I've been hurt by guys, I've been hurt by family, but hurt doesn't solve anything. It's okay to feel these emotions, but I will not advise you to hold it in, like hold a grudge on them and in it. It's not easy to forgive people, but the first step to taking things like this is actually forgiving them even when they never said sorry. And that can be very hard, like accepting an apology from someone who never even gave it. But just see it as if you're making yourself better, which you are, because when you let things go, you let good things come back to you. Like, and then how do you receive love if you're holding onto hate in your heart and pain and negative thoughts and everything? So one thing we need to do in order to get rid of all of that is to let it go. We don't hold those type of thoughts in our hearts in 2024. In order to be better, we need to put away old things and let the past remain in the past. Anyone who is treating you badly, making you feel pain, needs to be cut off completely. Because if we're together, like as a group of friends and then as other people, we need to actually ensure we're getting the best out of each other and not putting each other down and giving each other traumas to heal from. So this is a very important point. If you are healing from a heartbreak, I suggest you stay single. Because if you know that you're not fully healed from a past relationship, like a past romantic relationship, and you want to jump into another one, you're doing more harm than good. Because there's going to be a lot of baggage that is inside your heart from the previous one, and it's not going to help at all. If you have not healed from your previous relationship, you're setting your future partner up for punishment. I'm serious. Because every single thing that person does for you, you would overthink it and compare the person to who hurt you in your past, and you start to feel, oh, it's the same person. Meanwhile, this person is just trying to love you and be good for you. So in order to help yourself, if you know you haven't healed completely from your previous relationship, be it a romantic relationship, a friendship, whatever, just do not jump into a new one, because you would be using your old mindset to judge the new, and that's not going to help at all. It will keep making that person seem like a villain, and that isn't helpful for anybody. We need to have an optimistic mind towards life, being more optimistic than pessimistic. That's positive versus negative. So in order to experience positive things in our life, we need to be optimistic. So many people still struggle with self-confidence. There are times where you feel confident and the other times you won't even feel confident at all. So self-confidence and your appearance is a point. I merge them together. So self-confidence starts with accepting the fact that you are beautiful, you have purpose, and you are an amazing person. Don't talk yourself down. It doesn't just start in one day, but you need to love yourself. It starts with self-love actually, but not a self-love that turns into pride or pushing other people away. I'm talking about a self-love that empowers you and makes you a better person. So self-confidence starts from self-love, and you can't love yourself if you're feeling inferior and comparing yourself to other people. You need to discover yourself and learn new things about who you are, so that confidence comes with ease. It's something that you build with time. So I suggest you start now, since the year is still early, so that at least by May, June, you would have a confident person. So in relation to appearance, we need to stop neglecting how we look and actually start paying attention to it, so that we always look beautiful every single time. We need to this doesn't just apply to girls, by the way, this applies to guys as well. Let's learn to take care of ourselves, like personal hygiene, just investing in ourselves, getting new stuff for ourselves, getting ourselves gifts, investing in hair, nails, clothes, shoes, bags. Both for guys, for shoes, getting your hair cut, looking clean and neat. And then I'm not saying you should break the bank and buy the most expensive things. Always learn to work within your budget. Don't live a lifestyle you cannot afford. And I'm sure like some of us are still in school and still trying to get that degree. So yeah, let this be something to keep in mind in 2024. Up next is opportunity. Opportunity is also a very broad spectrum, in the sense that you have the opportunity to do so many things, and you also need to give yourself room to find opportunities to do more things, empower yourself. Now, for example, if you want to be a good photographer and you don't know where to start, you can look for an opportunity to learn how to be a photographer. maybe from a studio or from someone who's into photography, and that's you making an opportunity for yourself. So we need to start taking opportunities seriously, opportunities to showcase our skills and who we are, to just be better versions of ourselves, opportunities to stop procrastinating and actually start doing more work and less talking. We need to do that a lot this year and in many more years to come. So like I said, these are all the important points that I could remember. I'm sure there's so much more. You're free to check more resources to find out more things, but then I would just like to say you should remember to be kind on yourself. We're all human beings and we're bound to make mistakes, but make sure you pick yourself up afterwards and try again. So this is my New Year gift to you guys. I hope you've learned something from it. So bye, I'll see you next time.